You're welcome to another live episode of the Pride Podcast. I am your host, Malcolm, and today's episode, we're going to talk about the inactives. We're going to break down the keys of victory. We're going to give our bold prediction, scoring prediction, and also we have our locks of the week, all new on our pregame show of the Pride Podcast.
It's a hell of a win now. I'm not going to take that away from us.
Dominate! Make them fail you!
Here we go, man. We got 9 wins with 5 to go.
A touchdown to Laporta. Over the middle line and Ross St. Cloud. Here comes Jameson Williams. Superman dive for number 9. Explodes to the end zone. Touchdown intercepted off of Juwan Johnson's hands into those of Brian Grant. Gibbs has room, breaking into the secondary. First down, with the play of the day, finding Josh Reynolds. This game is over. It is over.
And another banger by Carl Collins. Welcome to the Pride Podcast, our pregame show. I'm your host, Malcolm, and there's no Tyler today. It's just me and Pierre, man. What's going on, Pierre?
I'm excited, man. It's game day, Chicago. It's a rivalry. I love these games. NFC North matchups.
Yeah, and I'm actually dressed in the mood. I mean, I'm in Florida. It's hot as hell, and look what I'm dressing. I just wanted to show some spirit because I know our players are going to be cold as shit today. So I dressed up. I dressed up today, as in let's bundle up. So I'm dressed for the part. So yeah. I guess I'm ready. I'm game day ready.
You're in Florida. Why the hell do you have a winter hat?
Got the winter hat, got the hoodie on. I'm just trying to. I know the players are gonna be cold as shit today, so I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna dress today as like I'm preparing for the cold winter.
I mean, you're gonna wear that hopefully later in the playoffs when you come to Detroit.
I mean, yeah. So I'm ready. I mean, I'm ready. So
sure.
Yeah, I mean the pregame show. We gonna let's just break down the inactives. Let's start with that. Pierre, you have the Bears inactives.
Yeah, I do. Tyler's favorite quarterback Nathan Peterman is inactive. Defensive back Quindell Johnson, wide receiver Colin Johnson, wide receiver Equinemius St. Brown, offensive lineman Ja'Tyre Carter, and defensive lineman Dominique Robinson are all inactive for the Bears.
Are any of those guys any of those starters, or those are just all?
St. Brown plays a little. The other guys, I know Colin Johnson, they called him up from the practice squad in case Tyler Scott couldn't go. Tyler Scott was hurt. So Colin Johnson. The other guys are just backup. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So it look like they're fairly healthy. For the Lions inactive report, we have cornerback Stephen Gilmore. He's inactive. Wide receiver Antoine Green. He's inactive. Linebacker Charles Harris is inactive. Cornerback Chase Lucas is inactive. Linebacker Trevor Nowatzki. Did I say it right this time?
Yes, you did.
Let's go. I knew I'll get it right one day. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
And Senator Frank Ragnow, he's inactive. And guess who just showed up?
Hey guys.
He's here. The man, the myth, the legend.
I got a Barry jersey on today. Let's go Lions, baby. Let's go forward down the field, baby.
The man, the myth, the legend. Tyler, welcome. You're here.
Yes,
Tyler, you missed it. Malcolm's wearing a hat because he wants to feel like he's a player.
Oh yeah, it's
80 degrees over here. His hat's in Florida.
It's 80 degrees over here.
Hey, bro. Hey, it's 39 degrees out here in Michigan. It's short sleeves, no jacket. Short sleeves. I went out in my Barry jersey. I went to the dentist this morning, and no jacket, nothing. Rocking the Barry jersey.
Tyler, if you're just gonna be 5 minutes late, why don't you just say, "Hey, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late"?
I didn't think I was gonna be 5 minutes. I thought it was gonna be a lot later than.
It's
5
all
minutes.
right. We all here. We good.
Yeah.
Well, forget everything I just said. Tyler is here. Let's go.
One thing though, Malcolm, is Kendall Vildor, the guy they signed to the active roster when they put Lee McNeil on IR. He's active today.
Oh,
The cornerback. That's why Chase Lucas is inactive. So it's a little surprise there. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
No Bruce Irvin this week either, or Bohanna.
Yeah, because all the defensive linemen, all the interior defensive linemen on the active roster are active.
Yeah, so you got your Onzarike, Broderick Martin, Bugs. Yeah, they're all active.
Nito Jones. Yep.
Yeah, and then Charles Harris is down today, right? No, he's a healthy stretch.
It seems
Which
like
makes
always
sense.
rotate these guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think defensively, like this is going to be an interesting matchup for the Lions because we saw obviously just a couple weeks ago was like the time possession being a big like kryptonite for the Lions defense of just not getting off the field, and we saw the Bears doubled our time of possession in that game. So for today's game for the Lions defense, like it has to be getting off the field a lot quicker than they were a couple weeks ago when they were playing that game at Ford Field. You can't have those long 8-minute drives for the Bears because if you give them that same recipe that they pulled off last Sunday or a couple Sundays ago when they played you at Ford Field, like they're most likely going to win that game 9 out of 10 times. If you're losing the turnover battle 3 out of 3, by 3 takeaways, you're going to lose that game. I know it ended up being 2 because Hutchinson got the strip sack at the end. So the Lions have to clean up and get off the field a lot quicker in this game versus the Bears.
and there goes your keys to victory, sponsored by Tyler.
Well, there was no outline, so I didn't know where we were going with it. Like, we're starting with the defense.
We're starting with the Lions defense, actually.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I think the keys are for the Lions defense is just get off the field as quick as possible. And I like that they activated Julian Okwara in this game, get some speed off that edge. Yep. And Charles Harris was giving me absolutely nothing. So I'm not mad about having him as a healthy scratch and getting Julian up this game.
It's gonna be interesting. I want to see. I just want to see. Is there going to be a guy that's going to step up in the interior? Who is going to be that guy? If you guys had to pick a guy, let's go around the table. Let's pick a guy. Who do you think is going to step up in the interior of this game?
Let me go first. Who wants to
go first? Go for it, Pierre.
I'm going to go with Josh Pascal. He's been really good at defending the run, shown flash as a pass rusher. I think this week he finally takes off a little as a pass rusher.
I'll go with Isaiah Bugs, a little bounce back. I think he's a guy who's shown us he could play in this league and has been good for this Lions defense and was a leader for this defense last year, when he was on the field. And obviously we haven't seen him as much this year. He's been a healthy scratch and there's been some, conflicting reports out there of what's going on with Isaiah Bugs. But, someone has to step out with the Lee McNeil out. And I thought Bohanna would be on this roster by now, but that is not the case. He's not playing in this game. He's still on the P squad. So it's going to be interesting to see who they, trot out there to start in this game. But I'm going to go with Isaiah Bugs to start, and I think he'll do okay.
Is it unfair that I have 2 guys? Is it unfair?
No, go for it.
Because I just want one of these guys to step up. Just one of them, please. Levi Zarike. Levi, I mean, brother, if you listening. If you can't step up this game, man, why are you here? That's what I just want to know. If he cannot step up in this game, why is he here? Because this whole year, all he's been was a healthy scratch. He gave me nothing on defense at all when he was active. I mean, if he can't step up this game, man, I mean, I think we may see the writing on the wall for Levi. I don't think he's here next year if he cannot produce this game.
Yeah, he broke his bag. Me and Tyler were talking about that the other day. I kind of whatever you kind of get from him is a bonus at this point.
I mean, I get it. I mean, soldier, salute. Broke your back. You made the roster. But you got to do something for this goddamn team to stay on the roster. You can't just say, oh, he broke his back. Oh, we feel bad for him. Let's keep him on the roster, pay him, and have him do absolutely nothing. We don't want that. I mean,
I'm with you there. Yeah,
he has to produce. So at some point, he has to produce. And this is a game where we actually need help. So we need somebody to produce it. Hopefully, he's one of the guys that produce. And the other guy that I want to see step up is Broderick Martin, man. I mean, by now, I thought Broderick Martin would have been ready to go by now. I think we all have thought, we all knew he wasn't, day one ready. But I mean, what week is it now? Week what?
Was it week 15?
Week 15? Yeah, week 15, you should be ready, especially when the main guy in the interior is out. You should be ready. So hopefully we see some big plays from Broderick Martin or Levi. I mean, one of these guys, please step up.
14,
Please.
sorry, by the way. Week 14 out.
14,
Yeah.
15, 16, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Somebody step up, goddammit.
Yeah, I mean, how confident are you, though? Like, I know we just mentioned a bunch of different guys right now like that, and they're all getting an opportunity today. They're all active. But, like, how confident are you actually that someone's going to step up in this Aleem McNeil role? Like, last week I gave some confidence in Jack Campbell when Alex Anzalone was out. I can't really say the same thing, honestly, with this case with Aleem on IR. Like, I have to see it from one of these guys. Like, I'm hoping that one of these guys step up, if it's a Broderick Martin or Owens Enrique or a Isaiah Buggs or whoever, right? Like, I'm hoping it happens. But, like, Aleem McNeil's a big loss, and I don't think any of these guys could really mimic what Aleem McNeil's presence was on this defense. So, like, I'm not as optimistic as I was last week with the linebacker situation as I am right now with this defensive tackle situation.
Yeah, Tyler, to answer your question, I don't think one person replaces him. I think it's a group that you try to kind of replace him. You know, like a guy we talked about last year is John Kaminsky. He was good as a passer. This year, he's non-existent. He needs to step up because he's the guy that provides rush from the interior. Well, is supposed to. He hasn't done it this year, but last year he did. He's supposed to provide that rush from the interior that you're going to be missing from Aleem on third downs. Maybe you go with an extra, like, 3 edge rushers, like you have Julian, Romeo, and Hutch, kind of on those obvious passing downs and bring in some more juice as pass rushers. I don't know. But someone needs to step up. Like, as a group, they need to step up.
It's gonna be tough, man, because we're relying on one of those hybrid guys to step into that interior role and do what Aleem was doing, you know. And this is a game where I'm expecting a lot of running, you know, because of the weather. I'm expecting a lot of runs. I mean, I don't know what Aleem was doing. He was second in pressures. He was giving like 5 pressures a game, you know, and he was getting sacks.
I don't know about 5 pressures a game, but
it was close. Like, every time I seen his number, it was like 5. I'm like, wow, you know, 5 pressures. You know, he was always number 2 in the pressures. You'll see
33 pressures on the team. And how many games have they played right now?
They played 13 games.
So if you do,
or 12 games.
It's probably like
about, geez, let's say 3 pressures a game. It's 275. Let's say 3 pressures.
I mean, 3 pressures a game. I mean, but regardless, he was always number 2. He was always our second in pressures. It's gonna be hard to replace, man, even with combination of guys, because those combination of guys, they're pretty.
It is, but that's
average.
what you got right now. So you gotta figure out ways to scheme some things. You gotta blitz a little. You know, like, it's not one person that's going to replace them. It has to be a group that's going to see what happens.
AG, you got to show your true colors today, buddy.
Yeah,
you got to show some. You got to show, you know, what kind of coordinator are you? You got to show it today, buddy.
And
have to see it.
Running defense is going to be a big focal point, especially this game and especially the next, you know, however long Aleem McNeil's out. You know, he's going to be out at least minimum 4 games. We might get him back for that season finale if everything goes well. But the Lions' run defense has been, you know, something that's been good for this team all year. I think they're ranked now 5th in the league, they've taken down a few spots, you know, over the span of the last couple of weeks. But without Aleem McNeil, I think Bohan has been one of your better run stuffers as well, and he's been playing the last 3 games. I want to see, especially in this game, for a team like the Bears, who obviously uses Fields' legs and they use all of their running backs in this game. They'll get them all implemented. I want to see if this Lions defense could stay as stout as they've been all year without McNeil up the middle.
That's going to be a test.
Big test. This is, like, you know, obviously one of the better running offenses in the league. So it's going to be a big test for the Lions this Sunday.
Huge.
Yeah. Before we get into the offense, I just want to ask you guys a quick question. Bruce Irvin, we talked about him last week. He impressed me a little bit. I know it was only 11 snaps, but he impressed me. He is not up this Sunday. I know he was dealing with a little bit of an ankle on Wednesday, but practice on Thursday and practice on Friday. Were you guys a little surprised by Irvin not being pulled up? And are you guys disappointed, or, like, what's your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, he was dealing with the ankle, but he said he was going to play. But I think Jeff Risner brought something interesting up, as he's always struggled at containing quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks throughout his career. And they want to play contained with Justin Fields. So I get it.
Wait a minute.
We're talking about a 36-year-old pass rusher, bro.
Wait, who on our defensive line has been good in contain? Who? Name me one guy.
outside of Josh
Name me-
Pascal, maybe, and like Hutchinson.
Name me. Name me. I mean, they have they been good? I mean,
I'm just saying what I'm trying.
every
What
time
I'm
we played
saying
a
is,
mobile
though,
quarterback, we got crushed. So I don't think that's the reason because none of them been good.
and like, bro, to be fair, it's like a 36-year-old pass rusher. Like, I see a lot of people are upset over this. I really don't care. He's 36. It's not like
I don't
you
need
know.
to either. But the sad thing is, this is what I thought about this whole week. I thought about this. This is the sad part. He's 36 years old, and he's probably potentially our second best edge rusher
I don't think
on
it's
our
a question.
goddamn team.
I don't think it's a question as far as getting pressure on the quarterback. I know I've only seen
That
11
is
snaps from him.
pathetic.
I'm already like naming him our second best edge rusher.
That is pathetic. That
It
is
is very
bad.
pathetic. Very
That is-
pathetic.
If a guy who's 36 years old coming from his couch, he wasn't on the team. He came from his couch. Just joined the team 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about like 3 weeks.
About 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, and he's probably, arguably, you could say an argument, your second best edge rusher.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
That's
Where we're at.
Shit.
You can't do much. You can't do much. You know, like your best pure pass rusher, in my opinion, is James Houston. He's close. Looks like he could be coming back in 2 to 3 weeks. We'll see.
Hopefully.
But also, CJ Gardner-Johnson hinted December 20th he'll return to practice, which is a Wednesday. So
yeah, that'll be huge for this Lions defense. They need it, but
they need communication in the secondary. They need that dog too.
yeah, but as far as Irvin being out this Sunday, I was a little bit shocked. Same with Bohanna. I was a little shocked with him as well, just because like I mean I know it's been only 11 snaps from Irvin, and like you don't want to put too much stock into it, but like I thought he looked good, and maybe the game plan's a little different this Sunday, just because with Fields' legs, you're not really expecting like a true pocket passer where you just go after and have a guy like Bruce Irvin just go attack and go get a quarterback. So maybe it's a little different game plan in that aspect. But I don't know. I thought he would be up this Sunday versus the Bears, but I don't think it's that big of a deal in the big picture.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's really not. Even Bohanna and Buggs, they're like the same player.
I mean, it kind of
not much difference. They're both run stuffers. They don't provide much in terms of pass rush. They're both big bodies. They both take up a lot of space. They both sometimes play a little too high. Like they're the same player. And why sign Bohanna to because you're out of elevation with Bohanna.
Yeah, so
you want to bring him up. You have to sign him to the 53, and then I think he's guaranteed at least 3 weeks of salary when you do that. So there's that.
Does he give you your best chance to win? I mean, if that's the case,
no, they're similar players. Bohanna and Buggs, it's like there's not much difference between them.
Yeah, both below
average. You're paying Buggs a lot of more money, so just keep Buggs. Why sign this kind of active roster? Why have two guys that are the same player that do the same thing? Unless one gets hurt, obviously, then you bring one up.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if that was the case, though, why wasn't Buggs just playing this whole season at this point? Like, why was Bohanna over him the last 3 weeks? If that's the case,
I don't know, man. That whole Buggs thing's been a bit.
If that's the
he
case,
hasn't played well. Buggs hasn't played when he's played this year, and he has not played well.
He has been playing worse than the other guys. Like I think
no, bro. I'm just saying, like in general, like he took a step from last year. He's not this player he was last year. He hasn't played well this year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a weird situation. I don't know what's going internally over there because you gave him the extension this offseason, and I think
it's like you move on after this year. It's not like
I think I read an article from Mike Pate. I think he said he's only got like 96 total snaps this whole season, something like that. Like it's like I think 100 snaps all year. So like he has barely played. So I don't know. Like he's up this Sunday. We'll see what he does. Like I said, he's shown us something in the past before, so I'm hoping that we could get some of that this game versus the Bears. So we shall see. Get off the field and give your offense some opportunities. But now let's talk about this offense. What are your guys' keys to success for this game versus the Bears?
So last time they played them, the Bears dropped their linebackers in like deep zone coverage. So if they want to do that again, I would do the bubble screen game, the screen game, get the mesh concepts going, like these quick crossers, not deep crossers, quick little like 4 or 5 yard slants, crossers. Get the ball out of the QB's hand. But you got to run the ball, though. I know Chicago is number 1 against the run, but in this weather, it's going to be windy. There's no snow or rain, but there's a lot of wind. I think Goff said he was going to be wearing gloves today. So you got to run that ball.
Yeah. I would say don't beat yourself. I think 2 weeks ago the Lions offense was beating themselves up with just not turnovers that we've really seen from this team this year. We had a little span of like that week when we played the Bears and played the Packers on Thanksgiving where we were turning over the ball a lot more than usual. And I've seen a lot of like pessimistic kind of views on this game where I think some fans are like scared that we might lose this game. And I'm not necessarily there because I look at it like this. When we played the Bears a couple of weeks ago on offense, we had 3 turnovers where the offense was moving the ball pretty well. It wasn't like they weren't moving it or they were getting like stopped 3 outs and they had to punt the ball. Like they were moving the ball pretty well, but they were beating themselves up with stupid turnovers. And some of them were some weird fluky plays like the batted ball or like Sam Laporta getting his route cut off by Brisker. And then there's that one, what the fuck though, by Goff, which you can get you'll get a couple of them in a season with Jared Goff. Like those are expected. And that's with any quarterback, right? So I think if the Lions could play a clean game, and I don't think the weather element's going to be as much of an issue as we thought it would be earlier in the week. There's no rain. There's no snow. It's going to be a little cold. It's going to be a little windy. But hey, man, this is what prepares for the playoffs. If you're going to play Philadelphia in the playoffs, that's the same weather over there.
You got to run the ball.
You got to be prepared. And I think the Lions found some type of rhythm against this Bears defense towards that fourth quarter, that the end of that game last time at Ford Field. Now, obviously, the situation is a little different. It's going to be a 4-quarter game. They have time to adjust. They have a bye week. They could adjust all those wrinkles. But I don't know, man. I think as far as the Lions just don't beat themselves, have stupid turnovers, I think the offense will be fine. I think they should be able to do whatever they want. I think they should be able to get that running game going with Gibbs and Montgomery. And I think the passing game, it should still be a big focal point in this game. The Bears' pass defense is not good. And you have many targets for Jared Goff to go to. You got Laporta, you got Jamo, you got St. Brown. You got all these guys to get involved in the offense. I think the Lions will be fine offensively, and I think they will clean it up from what they, their last match with the Bears a couple weeks ago. So I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like what they should do, I mean, if I was the Lions, I'll go with what worked and what they played the Bears in that fourth quarter. Those last 2 drives when they're moving the ball at will, that worked. So if they could find a way to mimic that, I think that will be a way for them to have success offensively. Now the issue is that I'm having the Bears is playing probably their best football right now, and who would have known that you're a acquired player and then it could probably make your defense better.
Oh, isn't that a crazy thought?
I mean, that's a crazy thought. I never thought that. I mean, who would have known that one player could increase your defense and make your defense better? But hey, since the Bears acquired Montez Sweat, they've been improved, and they're creating turnovers. They're playing stingy football. They're getting in the receivers' faces, and we saw that last time. You're looking at the last 2 games; they have 8 turnovers in 2 games. 4 on us and 4 against the Vikings. And the Vikings don't turn the ball over either. They're not a turnover-prone team, and they were able to get 4 turnovers against the Vikings.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Jacobs looked freaking terrible again, but yeah.
He looked terrible. I mean, you got to credit the Bears. I mean, the Bears, they're doing a great job defensively. And
yeah, well, I'm going to just cut you off very quickly. They're causing turnovers. I'm not taking away those 8 turnovers that they caused. I want to see it a little bit more before I before I crown this team like that they're very good at getting takeaways before
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that right now, as far as the way they're playing football, they're playing football. They're playing good football right now.
They are, and then they should have won their last 2 matchups.
They should have won the last 2 matchups, and that's the. I mean, they won. They're 1-1.
They're 1-1. Yeah, they lost versus us and beat Minnesota.
They lost versus us, and then they won against the Vikings with scoring. They scored no touchdowns, which was
15-12.
Which was outrageous. I mean, but credit to Minnesota Vikings defense because they are playing another level of defense over there as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a little concerning because the Bears are playing really good football right now, and I think right now we are in that adversity stage where we're just trying to overcome it. As far as we're not playing our best football, but we are still coming away with wins. And I think for the Lions, if they play a game where it is shaky, I do think they could lose this game. I honestly do. I think they got to come out this game playing their best football. Not really their best football, but a clean game. They got to be able to play, both sides. Like it got to be a game like they were playing in the beginning of the season, where the offense is playing well, defense playing well, everything, special team playing well, all departments is playing well. If we do that, I can see us win this game easily. But if we have some game like we had these last 3 games, the 3 weeks, this is a game that could be a trap game for us, man.
Yeah, I got a little breaking news defensively. Not confirmed, but from Tim Toydeman. Looks like Ifeatu Melifonwu might be getting the start at safety next to Kirby Joseph today. So Tracy Walker looks like might be going to the bench.
I actually had a text
Tracy
earlier this
Walker?
morning. Believe it or not, I had a text this morning. I don't know if I believe it, but they said if he's starting over Tracy Walker, I'll show it to you guys.
Okay, but
that's nuts.
Wait, so he's starting over Tracy Walker?
I thought it would be the other way around, where if he got the opportunity to be over Kirby, but it's over Walker.
Wow. I mean, that's good for Iffy, man. Iffy is what, your third round pick?
Yeah,
he's third round pick. I mean, he's a guy that he switches positions. I was confused the whole time because you draft a guy, that high in third round and he switches position, and now he does absolutely nothing for your team. Kind of sucks. So at least he's in there. He's going to contribute.
And I thought he was good too. And like the 2 starts that he had when Kirby was out, it was the Falcons game and the Packers game at Lambeau. I thought he was very, very good. So, I'm low key kind of looking forward to see what he could do, because the Lions secondary was rough, so they needed some type of change there. So, I'm all down for change with the way they're playing.
Yeah, shit. Anybody, switch anybody. I mean, but the thing is, was Walker played that bad?
I mean, he got shaken by Jimmy Graham, and you should be bench after that.
Oh yeah, he did. I mean, he did.
He got by Jimmy Graham.
The red zone. I mean, it's hard to defend unless those red zones. When you're in man coverage in the red zone, it's hard.
It is tough.
It's hard.
And that's more of a joke than anything. I don't think he's been playing the best football regardless, though. I don't think either safety has been playing good football, to be fair, though. I don't think Kirby or Tracy have been playing really well, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they both been. I mean, I think Kirby's been noticeably bad. Tracy Walker, I guess he's been sneaky bad, because we haven't really noticed oh god damn it, Tracy. We haven't really said that, but I guess in the when they break down the film, they're like, yo, Tracy, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is gonna be an interesting game, and I agree 100% what you said. It's just they can't beat themselves, and they got to play a clean game. If you give the Bears extra possessions like you did a couple weeks ago, you're gonna lose this game. And you're exactly right. The Bears are playing good football, and me and Pierre kind of talked about it. It's December right now. Every single NFL team right now is pretty much locked in. Everyone knows each other by now. Everyone's got the playbook by now. It's not September, it's not October anymore. We're getting down to the final stretch of games where everyone knows each other. So, the mistakes, they'll shine more than they were in September and October, which they weren't doing anyways. But if you were doing them in October and in September, they don't mean as much. Now, teams are going to capitalize that on for sure, just with all the chemistry they have built up throughout the season.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, you guys want to get into some lines, picks, and some locks?
Let's do it. Man.
All right.
Do it.
So Lions record, Pierre's now in first place. It was tied between him and Malcolm. Malcolm took the Saints spread, which they did not cover. So Pierre's at
1 point.
Yep. Yeah, it was a 4-point spread. They won by 5. So Pierre's at 8-4. I'm at 7-5, and Malcolm's also at 7-5. Lions are a 3-point favorite right now. I'll start off with the first place. Pierre, what do you got?
Give me the Lions. I think they win and they cover. It's 3.5. Give me Lions 24-20.
24-20. Okay.
I think it's going to be not an ugly game, but it's going to be a running type of game. It's windy, so yeah.
What's your bold?
My bold prediction is Brian Branch gets 2 sacks and a pick.
Okay, like it. Okay,
Nice.
I'll go second today. I could see it being a little ugly with a little floodgates open up towards the end of the game with some more scoring in that second half. I'll go 31-27 with the Lions covering, and David Montgomery making his homecoming back to Chicago. 3 touchdowns today in Chicago.
Ooh, really nice.
What you got, Malcolm?
This is making me sick to my stomach.
You're taking the Bears?
This is making me sick to my stomach. Man.
Oh no, Malcolm!
This hurts. This hurts. And please make me be wrong.
Oh,
but The way I'm looking at this is the Bears coming off their bye. They had a whole week to study us. We're playing in Chicago. They pretty much won that game last time. We won, but they pretty much won on damn near every aspect, and we came out with the win. I don't know how. I mean,
Don't apologize.
I'm not apologizing.
Don't apologize.
Not apologizing. But yeah, I mean, I look at this as a trap game for us. This is a division game. I think those division games are really tough, regardless. But I think the Bears right now, man, playing at home and the weather, even though it's not that bad, I'm picking the Bears to win this game. I can't believe I'm saying that.
What's your score?
I do have it. I'm gonna say 27-24 Bears. So I have it like they're winning, and then we're gonna try to come back, and we fall short.
Okay. You got a bold prediction or no? Well, I think that was bold. Took the Bears.
That is bold as shit.
Not really. It's only a 3-point spread, but yeah.
As much shit as I talk about the Bears, man, you'll never leave me. But yeah, man, I'm picking the Bears today.
I saw you were light on your shit talking this week to the Bears. Is this why? Because you felt scared this week?
No, I've just been busy.
That's the case.
I just been busy, but
okay.
Yeah, my bold, I guess I would say Jameson Williams have a pretty. I mean, I'm gonna just stick with this bold until it fucking happens.
Okay, wait, 9 catches, 100+ yards. Okay,
and 2 touchdowns, right? Is that what it is?
2 touchdowns and 8 catches.
Damn,
until that happens, I'm gonna keep hoping until that happens. God damn it!
But you know what is gonna happen? It's gonna be happening like at some point during the season. I told you guys it was gonna happen.
Yeah, there we go. My bold hit.
You seen the SpongeBob episode? 50 hours later.
50 hours later. Yeah, the bold hits. Like I told you. There we go. I told you guys.
Yeah, you sure did tell us.
Yeah. All right. Locks of the week. This is getting close, man. Nail biters, I like to call it. We're getting down to the final stretch. 5 games left to go. Malcolm's in first place with a 7-5-1 record. Pierre's in second with a 6-6-1 record with a push last week. Took an L last week, and I'm 6-7 right now. So this is a nail biter. Very close right now in the locks of the week. I'll start off with you, Malcolm.
Yeah, there's some good ones, man. There's some good locks. I had a few, but I'm gonna go with this one. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. What is it? +3 over the Chargers.
Okay. I am going to take. I want to see if I want to make an audible very last second, but no, I'll stick with it. A little risky. I'm taking some points here, though. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts playing some pretty good football. Going to Cincinnati. I know Browning played some good ball last week on Monday night versus the Jaguars. Picked up a win. But I think the Colts win this game. And they give me +3, so I'll take the +3 as well. So they could lose by 2, and I win my bet. So I'll take the Colts +3.
Houston travels to New York to the Jets. I like Houston -3 against New York. I'm not really too confident about this. The best one I like, though, because that Jets defense, I mean, shit, they're elite. But I think Houston could win by 3, so give me Houston away at MetLife.
Okay, I like it. Crazy spread going on here in Seattle, San Francisco. My goodness, 14
looks
points.
like Lions spread dropped to 3. It was 3.5. Now it's back to 3.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
There you go. Okay. There you go, guys. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully we're celebrating a Lions victory on the spaces, and we continue our streak against the Bears. You know, we've been pretty good versus them. We swept them last year. Looking for another sweep this year. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Lions by 1 million. Let's go. Peace.
All right, guys. Hope Malcolm is wrong, and I'll see you guys after the game. I'm out. Peace.
Shit, I hope I'm wrong too, man. I don't want to see that shit. But man, yeah, man, I'm out, man. Peace.
Forward down the field.